Well, my name is Steve Hilbert. I came out of Southern California, came up to the University of Oregon on a football scholarship, played 1966, 67, 68, and enjoyed all my years there. My career ended in 68. I happened to break my neck. They offered me a free ride. So I got my education paid for. That was kind of good, and I did enjoy school. And particularly after all the years I was here, I mean, I am, 45 years removed, but I did enjoy all my years at Oregon, enjoyed all the guys that we're out here, sharing memories with. So it was a great experience. Got a lot of great friends, my wife was a cheerleader, so all that worked out. I played the first game in Autzen Stadium in 67. My freshman year of 66, which we didn't play varsity then, so that was when they closed down Hayward, and we opened up the next year in Autzen in 67. Well, it was obviously a different world. It was although the locker rooms didn't change, there was nothing else in that respect. All we had was a nail on the wall, and you hung all your pads and your gear off of that. But it was pretty impressive to open up Autzen Stadium back then. We were not very good teams back then, but we tried hard and played our best. Well, Kaz, we were at the end of Kaz's career. He retired in end of 66. So that was my freshman year, and then 67 started with Jerry Fry. Jerry Fry was a great man. Probably his biggest downfall was he wasn't ruthless enough to be an effective head coach. He was a players guy. He cared about players. As did Kaz. And sometimes you got to be able to cut strings. You got to make decisions that are hard decisions to make and not very favorable to an individual or a player. And but both those guys were more concerned about players and situations than they were winning and losing, which is not a bad thing. Well, we had a couple things. We had a number of things happen. We played SC, who were the national champions in 1967. We played Ohio State, national champions in 68, and we were not a very good team. But we never went into a game not thinking that we could win, and we never went into a game not thinking that we could hold it around. And so we exceeded expectations in a lot of ways. With a lot less talent than some of these other teams were playing. So I was always proud of that. And John Robinson and Jerry Fry and those guys were always instrumental in making that happen. Well, I think it has to do with the fact that the coaches were more player-oriented, people-oriented than they were win-loss-oriented. So you had guys like Kaz, you had guys like John Robinson, you had guys that spent a lot of time cultivating the players on a one-to-one relationship rather than just being concerned with let's win, let's win, and let's after that who cares. So we had all those guys. We had Seifert come out of here, we had Terry Shea come out of here, we had Max Coley went on to the pros, Robinson obviously did, and guys went on and became very, very successful. And I think was that whole culture of Oregon and treating people well. Well, we were at that time as a student athlete, you were left alone after your season was over and after spring ball was over, you were left alone. So we lived a very normal college life. We were never treated with any kind of special favors. I mean, I had professors. I was a finance major at business school, We had professors that I don't think knew we played football. And that was kind of good. That was fine. And, half the campus never knew we played football because in those days they didn't go to football games. It was not that big a deal. So I think we lived a pretty normal college career. Like I said, we participated in a lot of stuff that went on campus. We didn't live outside the norm, and in those days athletes weren't treated much different than non-students. So we were involved with all the stuff, and that was the 60s, and there was, demonstrations, and the ROTC was getting people that didn't like it, wanted to throw it off campus. All that went on, but it was what happened in those days. The filming of Drive was probably the worst movie ever made, in my opinion. But I happened to be an extra in that, and that was funny. That was truly funny. Nicholson and Karen Black and Mike Warren and all these, and Bruce Dern were in it. And it was to watch them do that and to be, just to be on the set and do that was kind of funny. They did have a deal where they needed, there's a lot of shower scenes and stuff in it. So my roommates and I, John Harrington was a roommate, Kirk Hay, a bunch of people. And we were all extras. We came in and they go, we need to do a nude scene, shower scene. So we were getting paid like $6 a day or something like that. And so you guys are going to do the scene, right? So since I was a finance major, I became the negotiator. So I go to the producer and I say, we are not taking our clothes off for $6 an hour. And the guy goes, really? And I said, yeah, we're not going to do that. He says, well, what do you need? I said, 10. He goes, deal. So next thing we know, we're in the shower and they're filming this thing and we're walking out of the shower. And I am strategically walking down the hall of Mac Court and I'm drying off my belly button. And my roommate, a guy named Kirk Hay, flips a towel over his neck and we're walking down the thing and I look at Kirk and I go, Kirk, what are you going to do when your mother sees this film? So he whips the towel off and started drying his belly button too. But anyway, that was kind of funny. We later got, I think, relieved from the film because we didn't show up for a couple of days. It was funny. I did break my neck. Broke my neck in the first game of the year, played 6 more games with it, and then they finally discovered it, and that was the end of my career. Well, it is very impressive to see where University of Oregon is now. I guess particularly in the athletic department, and that's, I guess, where a lot of my attention is. But, with the football program and what they've done over the last 10 years is incredible. And now it's just branching into everything else. I mean, they're, winning championships, and I think I just heard they won tumbling and they won, the volleyball team and this and that. Everybody's competing on a very high level. Obviously, that has a lot to do with funding. And, Phil Knight was a few years younger than I was, but God bless him, he is making Oregon a powerhouse. After I graduated, I married my wife. She was a cheerleader, so it was a football player cheerleader deal. Of course, she didn't pay attention to me when I was playing football. She waited until I had a broken neck and was in a neck brace. Then we got married after we graduated. We lived in Lake Tahoe for 30 years. I've been self-employed since I was 22 years old. Then we bought a ranch down in southern Oregon. Great piece of property on the Williamson River. So we run a fly fishing resort, guest lodging. It's a really nice place. Have a couple miles of riverfront. The general public, I don't think there's any reason for them to remember, but the people that I have had contact with, I will always want people to remember that I was a good friend and a true friend, and they impacted my life and maybe I impacted their life.